So something interesting just happened in a recent One Piece chapter where Luffy actually asked Loki to join his crew. Now, I can't really believe that surprises me because Luffy always asks the weirdest, most out of character characters to join him. So yeah, I don't know why I was even a little surprised about that happening. But it made me think. I made a theory about that giant straw hat a few videos back, and this situation might actually be quite interesting. So to run it back, we know that Loki believes he's the sun god, right? And this might have something to do with the devil fruit he ate. A devil fruit that has been passed down through that bloodline for generations. So my question is, what if that giant straw hat that Emu has frozen in his basement or her basement, I don't know what Emu is at this point, what if it belonged to a giant that was part of Joy Boy's crew? And we've been wrong about this whole thing. I've been wrong about this whole thing the whole time. Because in the flashback, we also saw Joy Boy, and he was not a giant in particular. He looked like a regular human being. So what if that giant straw hat actually belonged to a giant that was part of Joy Boy's crew? And it could make sense because in that theory that I made, I had a few questions like, why is there two straw hats? Why was one regular size, like Roger had it, Shanks had it, Luffy has it, and it probably belonged to the original Joy Boy. But how come there was a second hat? Which always confused me for some reason. And how come that hat was really huge? It was a giant, right? Well, what if it's just that? In the beginning, where Joy Boy was roaming around and had to fight the war and everything, there were two straw hats, one for him and one for Loki's representation back then, another giant who also believed to be the sun god. And they both had that straw hat as a sign of their brotherhood, a sign of their bond, their friendship. That would be very interesting. However, just like Emu, somewhere along the line, this person back then must have betrayed Joy Boy as well. Because ultimately that resulted in Joy Boy's dream not being accomplished, not being fulfilled. And Joy Boy and this other giant have been separated ever since. And that's why then the Nika fruit was one part in the world somewhere, and the other devil fruit, which we still don't know what it is, but might also be associated with the sun god fruit, has been passed down through generations of giants on Elbaf, particularly the royal bloodline. And that's probably the reason why Emu still keeps that hat frozen and hidden in his basement, because he fears that one day the giant will return, claim his hat, and together, alongside the new Joy Boy, they will conquer the world. And this makes sense because giants are still living the world. That royal bloodline is still breathing, and Loki's here. His father Harold had it before. Probably not the devil fruit, but I mean, yeah, he had it. He was in possession of it in that same bloodline. And it also adds fuel to the reason why Emu wants to conquer the giants. He's been saying for a while now that the giants are the key to winning a war. So that's why he's so hell-bent on getting the giants to his side. Ultimately, I think Luffy asking Loki to join his crew adds to this theory, because Luffy just sees through it all, and once he puts his mind onto something, he wants you to join his crew. There's no stopping that. Even though at this point we all know originally Luffy wanted 10 people on his crew, and with Jinbei being the last one, actually Jinbei's number 10 total, I don't know why Luffy's still inviting people to join his crew, because he also asked Yamato to join, which she agreed, but then stayed in Wano to protect Luffy's territory and friends, I guess. And now he's asking Loki to join, which is, if Loki does this, would be crew member number 12. And what? Will Loki be a representation of Elbaf? Nevertheless, once Luffy makes up his mind about you, asks you to join his crew, you don't have a choice. You will be joining his crew. So Loki, I just have to just say it right now. Welcome to the crew, because you're part of it if you want to or not. And this could be something that Luffy really needed in order to win that final war. The unification of him being Joy Boy and this other person that betrayed Joy Boy in the past. The other sun god, or we still don't know what Loki is at this point, what his devil fruit is. It might be something very, very important, but we still don't know and we can't really assume. All we know is that he also associates himself with the sun god. So there's that. But both of them coming together could actually be a signal for the wars to come, the final wars to come, but also meaning that at this point in time, this time around, history repeating itself, Luffy is actually doing it the right way. No surprises. He's gonna have all the strength he needs, all the backup he needs to actually win this war. The only thing missing is, what if Loki's a D and he belonged to the D clan? That would just be amazing. That would be it, the last missing piece. But I think that's stretching it. Don't mind that part, but that would be very interesting if he actually is. But that was it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Comment your thoughts down below about what you think about this theory. Let me know if you think Loki will actually be joining Luffy, if he actually is another representation of a sun god. And of course, if this is your first time here and you enjoy One Piece theories, all things anime actually, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one.